Hey, pal families. I am here with our teacher of the year, Coach Bullard. Thank you for joining me today for our coffee with the counselor.
Yeah.
All right. So this year has been crazy weather in Tennessee. It's snowing. It's freezing. It's hot. How do you keep kids active when the weather is constantly changing?
Well, I think it's just about knowing where you live and being prepared, right?
Yeah.
And so I tell kids we got to dress in layers so that we can, change when we need to and warm back up when we need to, and just knowing that the weather can change anytime. And so I like to wear, shorts under my sweatpants, and I like to wear a t-shirt under my sweatshirt, and then I usually have a big coat in case because I got to be outside in the mornings.
That's
and so
right.
I got to be ready. And you guys have all seen me. I keep my hat on. I got my gloves, and so that way I'm just prepared for anything.
I see you in your coat and all of our students in shorts, and I can't get over it.
I know it. I'll be out there in my coat, and they'll be out in shorts. I'm like, are you not cold? They say no. So they just got that good circulation.
They do. They're young. They have good circulation.
Yeah.
Dressing in layers, I'm really glad you said that because we have TCAP tests coming up, and that's like one of my number one tips for TCAP is because you don't want to be cold in the middle of a test. So dress your kids in layers for TCAP.
It's a great idea.
Okay, so I've been seeing this year you've been incorporating mindfulness into your lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what that looks like and what you guys have been doing?
Well, first off, mindfulness and the whole process of doing it is so important to me because I know how it's impacted my life. And so once I kind of got a grasp on it and started learning how to use it, and I saw what positive things it did for me. Of course, I was just like, I got to show these kids how to do it because it's going to make a difference. And so, in our class, we do like a little version of it. Most classes at the end, we'll sit, do some breathing, and just calm our bodies because, in our class, we're running, we're high energy, we're going, it's hard, and, we want you to get that energy up. We're working. But then I was just saying, okay, it's time to go, line up, and I'd send them out, and they get in trouble in the hallway because they're all jacked up, and you can't do that in the hallway. So it's like, man, I'm setting these guys up for failure. So that's when I decided we're going to do a cool down and do some mindfulness and just calm our bodies, take some breaths, and it's also a good time just to kind of review and recap the lesson for us. And so it kind of fits really perfectly into our class. And again, just the positive things it's done for me. I want that for you guys. I want you to have those positive things.
It has been very positive for me as well, and I love incorporating mindfulness. I have so many different fun ways that I practice mindfulness, and Coach Bullard just introduced me to my new favorite one. It's an app called Finch.
Oh, yeah.
It is so cool. Your kids will love it. So FINCH. And you have to take care of a little baby finch by practicing all these mindfulness techniques or breathing or journaling. And it's so super cool. Do you have any other personal favorite ways to practice mindfulness?
Well, Finch, I love it. Yeah, because
cool.
you don't even know you're journaling or reflecting, and it's just it does it in such a fun way. And I see my kids using it at home, and it makes me so proud because they're practicing those mindful and those mental health things that we all need. And so, love Finch. For me personally, riding my bike is a mindful time for me. I'll put in my headphones and I'll have something, maybe a book or just maybe some good music, and I just kind of get in my zone and it lets me decompress and think about what's been going on or plan or, just get thoughts off my chest. And a lot of times when I get home from a bike ride, my wife is just sitting there ready because she knows that I'm gonna come in. I'll have all these things, because I've been thinking, and so it just helps me get my mind clear and ready and gets my thoughts in order. And so it's one of my favorite ways.
We are so alike in that way. I do it with my dogs. I take them on a hike, and you have to prepare people because I do the same thing. I come back with a list. So you have to kind of prepare people. I'm going on my walk. I'm coming back. I'm coming back clear-headed.
I'm going to have some ideas and some things I need to let you know when I get back.
And you could totally do that like as a family too.
Oh, yeah.
Just practicing it with your kids going out for walks. So congratulations on being Teacher of the Year.
Thank you.
We're so excited for you. What has been one of your big takeaways or lessons you've learned in your career of being a teacher? And
just
I know,
one.
I know.
There's
about a million.
So many. And I think everybody that's been in my class knows I can talk and talk and talk. So I could go on, especially about this one, because I've learned so much from teaching. The students teach me so much. I learned so much from you guys. And probably the biggest thing that I learned from being a teacher was like, we all just want to be heard. Mm-hmm. We all just want that love. Mm-hmm. And once I realized like that was one of the big keys to unlocking kids' potentials is listening and loving them. Mm-hmm. It changed my whole relationship with my students. It changed how I approached teaching. It changed everything for me, because it was no longer like, oh, I'm in charge, I'm up here, I'm a teacher, because that's how I did it for a long time, and I was wrong to do it that way, but that's what was modeled for me. And once I did it, and I had pretty good success doing it that way because it works. But I started approaching from love, and we're together, and we're doing this. This is our class, not my class.
Yes, we are a family,
and we're a family. And once I started taking that mindset and approach, just everybody blossomed and bloomed, myself included, and we just started growing. And and they started coming and trusting me more because they knew that like I had their back. I really truly cared about them.
That trust is huge.
Yeah, and so when your students know you really truly love and care about them, that they're more willing to work for you and for themselves, because they want you to be proud of them, because they know you love them. And so if I was going to say one big takeaway from teaching is that, when we approach everybody with love and that we're together and, as a team, as opposed, it's me and you, we can get more done.
That made me think of a couple of books, because I know our kids can be frustrating, and sometimes we come at them feeling frustrated, but taking that minute to like calm down, that mindful moment, come at them with love. And two of my favorite books I recommend to parents are Love and Logic, and then How to Talk to Kids So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk.
Yes.
Those are two great books. And just taking that moment, like bringing it all together, taking that mindful moment so I can come at my kids with love. All right, last question. How are you keeping your personal kids healthy and active?
Well, we are a very active family. We are. And I think it's because I like to be out and be active. My wife likes to be out and be active. And so our kids are just kind of coming with us. So we hike a lot when it's warm. I mentioned I ride bikes. Of course, they've got bikes, and we go on family bike rides all the time. We walk our dog together. Sometimes one of the kids' job to walk their dog, and sometimes we all walk it, but we're out walking. We like to be outside, and so whenever it's warm, it's like kids go outside and play, and they're jumping on the trampoline, and and sometimes my kids are like, no, I don't. I'd rather sit in here on this tablet, on this phone, or watch this TV. And I get it. I feel that way too. But I try to tell them, no one's ever went outside and done something active and had fun, and then be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like I shouldn't have went outside, or I shouldn't have exercised. You never feel bad about it when it's over.
That's very true.
Yeah, and so you're always like, I'm so glad I did that. So I just try to remind them, like, you'll be happy you go do this. You'll feel better.
I imagine that'll be a battle for a lot of our parents whose kids don't want to get off their screen time. So I like the way you phrase that for them. Like, you're not going to regret it.
No, you're going to be glad you did this.
One of my favorite new books we're reading in 3rd grade right now is about finding balance between screen time and being outside time, and it's called The Couch Potato, and I highly recommend that book. I will show it to you. It's so cute, you guys, and I think your kids will love it, and it'll just set the stage for having that conversation. If you weren't regretting it, let's put the tablet down, put the whatever down. Thanks for stopping by, Coach.
No problem.
You guys
had a blast.
It was a lot of fun. Bye, pal families.